technology integration department records most, if not all, of our PDs, and they're going to be linked right on that same sheet that you used to. Oh yeah, we got more friends. That you used to find the link for this. So right here, when you look on the bottom, it'll open up all the way along the bottom. You've got all these lovely tabs, and then there's the tech integration recording. And you'll also find like a lot of the presentations and stuff, and it'll live here. So definitely return here if there's something you didn't see. And this one will be the Edpuzzle one because I forgot to record my last Edpuzzle one. So here you go. All right, good morning. Great. So you can access this presentation. I know I have some great teammates in the chat. I am Bonnie Chalette. I work as an EBR District Technology Facilitator. I also have Miss Carla Kuiper and Miss Danielle Patan in the chat if they would like to introduce themselves. I think too they have a lot going on, but we've got lots of good people in the chat here today. You're welcome to reach out to me at bchalette@EBR Schools. If you have found the Education Twitterverse, you can follow me on Twitter, and definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. So, got a lot of people asking like, what is Edpuzzle? And Edpuzzle is a video platform where it allows you to make a video lesson or find a video lesson, and add accountability, add questions, add that measurement level to make sure your students are understanding what they're learning about. And I know right now in digital learning, Edpuzzle is so valuable because I mean there's going to have to be some asynchronous video communication. With Edpuzzle, you can use videos that are already made from YouTube, or if you make a screencast, or if you make your own video, you can use Edpuzzle to add information to that as well. Now, best thing about Edpuzzle too is that it links up with Google Classroom. So you can make these assignments, they'll go directly to your Google Classroom, the students will see that, and it'll link with that grade book. I would suggest too, making sure that you have it open where students can take it more than once, or at least twice, because I find that students at first when they start with Edpuzzle don't realize that like you can't just skim through it, because then they'll get back a bad grade because it'll automatically grade it for them and send it back, and they get a lot of feelings about it. So just remind them like, hey, you're going to be held accountable for what you see on this video. So make sure you let them know that like the screen is not a barrier. Like we are communicating even if it's asynchronously. So it's a really powerful tool to take all of your lessons, and you can use it for a variety of things with all kinds of video software out there. So let's go ahead and jump in. The certification process, the thing you need to be certified isn't me. You just need to have an account. And I'll show you some tips and tricks, but we're going to start just by jumping in and looking around. So go ahead and head over to edpuzzle.com and click sign up. And like I said, if you've got any questions, make sure you drop them in the chat. There you go. You having mic issues? Oh no. And so I'm gonna head over to edpuzzle.com. I've already created an account because I've used this before. For you, if this is your first time using it, I'm gonna go ahead and log out just to show you. But this will be what Edpuzzle looks like. You guys will hit sign up. I'm a teacher, and then sign in with Google. Now, I mean, you don't have to hit sign in with Google, but if you want it to work with your Google Classroom or all the other Google tools, or if you want it to just be a lot easier where you don't have to think of another password, there you go. So here I am. this is my content. These are things, this is going to be your home page. We do not have a pro version for the district. Your school right now, schools can purchase it though, and if because you do have you'll see right here it says basic account, and that just means I have limited storage. I can't just add as many videos as I want. If I ever want to see how much storage I'm using, I can click on my profile picture right here. I have a little more because I've been I do trainings and I give out my referral code, and it makes it bigger. But I know there are some schools out there who have purchased, if enough teachers use it, they'll purchase the pro for the building, and it's not super expensive or anything. But if I click on my name, I can see how much space I have left. I can also, they've added recently, like where you can see your certifications, and you've got all kinds of good stuff right on your profile. Right here at the top, you can also see your classes that you've linked. So mine looks a little different. You won't see anything if you haven't linked any classes yet, but these are some of, the Google Classrooms I've connected. So if you want to go ahead and connect a Google Classroom, this is a super, super great way to do it. Is just go in here and it's going to automatically update. Pro tip, and I learned this last summer, when you create a Google Classroom, if a student enters, like if I'm connecting my 4A class and the student enters later, I'm going to have to come back and refresh those students. It will not auto update. So you just have to remember, because there'll be a kid, and all you have to do is you go in here, go to the class and hit import students, and it'll refresh for you. So you can see right there, I just hit those import students. Interesting. And so just check on that though, like when you're going to make an assignment, especially at the beginning of the school year when you're having kids added a lot, like you want to make sure you go in and import make sure your roster is up to date. You can see right here all your assignments, and you can have multiple classrooms. You can make one assignment, for all of your classes at once, if that would help you. You do have like a grade book. Most people, like if you have it connected to your Google Classroom though, it's going to go straight to that gradebook. I don't see a world where you really need to set up your own Edpuzzle gradebook, but it is an option. And then so back to content. Honestly, a lot of the videos that are in the curriculum already embedded are in here with, I wouldn't suggest doing this. This is probably copyright. Are in here already with questions built in. So if I go and I look around, like once you create an account, it'll ask you what school you're at, and you'll be able to see people from your school. So this is, obviously I'm not a school site. I'm not a school site, so mine just has like, from the whole district. Mostly me. So right here, you can see the other teachers, and then you have your content, the videos that you have played around with and edited and added questions to and stuff. So just kind of getting you familiar with the navigation here. So if we want to go a little deeper, Edpuzzle has channels already built for you. They already have curriculum curated for you, and I think that is just absolutely cool. So right here, like I see a curriculum. This is though not EBR's curriculum. This is some curated videos that Edpuzzle has found as part of a generic curriculum, and they're good, and they're like, a good guide. But when it says curriculum, don't think that's EBR's curriculum. Oh, sorry, Wendy. You don't need a referral code. That's just me. It's just I get more storage, and I just use the storage to make Edpuzzle videos for the curriculum. So, but thank you, Wendy. So I've got all this really cool, like curated information right here. I was a middle school teacher, so I'm going to dive in there. And so you can see I hit view content. I've got all kinds of topics laid out for me, all kinds of subjects. I might jump into social studies and even more, even more. It'll break it down for me. And once I find it, it's got all kinds of stuff done for me. This is something called Geography Now, and I'm really sad that I haven't discovered this before now. This looks fantastic. So if I look at these videos, the videos, I can see some of them have this little dot. So if I click right there, I can see that somebody has gone in and added questions into an Edpuzzle video. And so if I clicked on the video, I see right here, these are all the points where they have multiple choice questions. If I want to look at them, I've muted this tab, but you can see. So when the students would get to this point in the video, it would ask them, what is the capital of Iraq? They would answer, and like I said, and that would be part of, and that would go into that grade book once they completed that. So say I like this video, I've decided I really like it. All I need to do to assign it is hit this assign button. I click that and it's done. So that's one that's already made for me. That's 2 seconds. And like I said, a lot of teachers in this district are already putting stuff in Edpuzzle and already creating videos with this great assessment piece. So you can start there. You can, and so now I can see who's watched it. These are all adults too. I'm not showing you student information. I can see who've watched it. It'll tell me what grade. It'll tell me when they last watched it, like if they rewatched it. And I can reset their progress. If I'm like, no, watch it again, I can just reset it and remove the whatever quiz grade they got. It'll also give me some information about what questions they're getting right and wrong. Like, and I can kind of look and see, is everybody missing question 7? And you allow me to intervene, plan my interventions, and plan my next lesson around using this data. So share assignment, go live, or I can also download grades. Or if I don't like it, if I'm like, hey, this didn't work out, or you're just practicing right now, delete assignment. You also have the ability to turn on closed captions. And I'm a huge fan of closed captions, so definitely remember to toggle that button. And then you can also prevent skipping. So like you saw how I did, I just skipped to the question. Or I can just skip the question to go to the next one. This button right here will prevent that. And the Edpuzzle doesn't have a whole lot of buttons or settings or anything. It's not like there's not even like really a settings button per se. So it's not like you're remembering too much, but you do create that little assignment and you hit share assignment, and that's all you need to do. So that's assigning something that's already been created. Right, any questions? I'm going to go in how to make your own. Can you accommodate for different students, individual students? I don't think, does it have ability to read questions? No, this doesn't have any kind of reading out loud feature. It would just have the closed captions. So sorry. Accommodate for individual students with IEP. I'm not sure, Ms. Bryant, like how much differentiation there can be. Where do we find the closed caption button? It was on when I created the assignment. Can you combine old accounts? Not that I know of. I think you can only you only have the one account. Yeah, the closed caption button is, it's going to be in a few different places, but when you create an assignment, and I clicked the video, I hit assign, and it was right here. And I even know some teachers have, like, you can also share this publicly. Like, you could send it out as a PD. You could do it for, you know, like the, I haven't had the best luck with showing videos on Meet so far. So I even thought about making my own. And you could have a public link where your guests would watch this and watch your video and answer your questions in guest mode. It's pretty neat. There's a teacher that, does it translate to other languages? No, but you can find videos in pretty much every language. Yeah, like Edpuzzle, and you know, that's a really good point. I am heavy on, I have my location, my language says English. Edpuzzle is actually a company in Spain. So they have tons of stuff on all, you know, it just depends on your location, which content is showing up. But you can get videos in all kinds of different languages. Pretty much anything on, any video on YouTube you can pull into Edpuzzle. In fact, there's even an Edpuzzle extension. So here's just some, I just typed in ESL, but that's not what, you know, you would want. But I was just trying to think about the, like, finding videos in other languages. I'm gonna have to look into it, but I mean, it's totally doable. Because, like I said, my language is, my location, my language is just set as English in America. So I'm sure you could change that where you could get videos in all different languages. Just searching in that other language, because this is like directly linked with YouTube. And even, and I can show you how to do this, there is an Edpuzzle extension for Chrome, where it will go ahead and add any video you find on YouTube, Edpuzzle's Chrome extension. And I hit add to Chrome, and now it's going to connect. You see now it's right here. When I go to YouTube, it will stay there. And I can just add things straight to Edpuzzle from, it's a little bitty puzzle piece. This is the big Google puzzle piece. This is a little bitty Edpuzzle piece. And so I can add, when I go to YouTube, and I find a video I want to add, I take that. You see how my Edpuzzle extension just went yellow? I can, right here, now it's in here. It says edit with Edpuzzle. And so I click that button and it'll take me right to my Edpuzzle account where I could add my questions. And that's just that has become totally unnecessary. It was just a little side thing that you can do if you really start using it a lot, is you can up your game. And any video, any video you could add into Edpuzzle. Right, so I'm going to start getting into how do you make your own and add your own questions. All right, translate. Can you group those students with IEP in a separate class? Yeah, you can. You can create your own classes for sure. It would be different than connecting with Google Classroom though. So does it grade all multiple choice automatically? It does. And then do they have short answer questions? Absolutely. And that is where we're going now, into making our own. Oh gosh, we're only already 25 minutes in. All right, so I'm gonna search here. So when I'm in Edpuzzle, um, it's searching for videos that people have already added. Like I said, I showed you that pretty much any video on YouTube can be added. But when I search it, it's things that people have already started to use on Edpuzzle that you'll find here. So you can see right here when I searched Harry Potter for my Hogwarts School Classroom course, and see like this one is in Spanish. But so I've got all my videos that'll come up between this and that. So, but maybe I want to put and so whenever I search, I'll get stuff like this. You'll get a few different options. You get both YouTube and Edpuzzle. Remember that you have a lot of these channels already here too. Khan Academy already has stuff built in for you. I'm going to take out my England search term. But you can see like all my math people in here. I need to support my math people more. I was a social studies person. All that Khan Academy stuff is already here. So let's pick one. I might take it up a bit. Another really cool thing that I like is that you can also use Edpuzzle with 360 video. So like a video like this, where the students can still interact with the video, any kind of like virtual reality video, anything like that. See, I can engage it, but say I'm like, you know what, I want to assign this. So I'm going to hit the assign button. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You have to have copied it. I skipped a step for you. But you hit copy because you have to add it into your bubble to be able to assign it. So now I can see here, there are a bunch of different versions where people have already added questions, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my own. So I hit edit. You see, you can cut it. Like sometimes you know, you don't need to show the whole 19 minutes on the Civil War. If I want to cut it down, I just drag this little blue bar and I can only assign what specifically I need. So now I cut it. I can add voiceover. There was a school the other day asking me about voiceover. You can record yourself talking over a video. It does save it automatically up here, but just in case. So I've got that. I'm not going to add any voiceover, but you can just by going here and start recording. Now, here's where I add my questions, and this is the most commonly used feature. So, and this is where Edpuzzle got their start. I can add a multiple choice question. You want to make sure you have the right answer, though. Recently, I did an assignment I was helping a teacher, and I didn't have the right answer. So, and you can have more than one. So I would just make sure that little green check was there. I've got my question. And I can add as many answer choices as I want, and I can have as many correct answers as I want. And like it said, it reminds me right here, these will be graded automatically. Now, if I don't want my question here, all I have to do is drag it. Because sometimes you want to get that question right next to who answered it. So you can drag it around, play with it a little bit, and see right now it's set where, so when that student gets to that part of the video, this is going to come up. and they'll have to answer it to continue. All right. Oh, this is new. They updated this. All right. You can also add a note. So maybe a look for, anything like that you can add here. I do find that students get really, this is an open-ended question, sorry. You can also add notes. So it says note. I don't suggest doing that unless you clearly say you do not have to respond, because you'll get like 52 questions. Like, I don't understand, I can't answer this question. So just, if you are just going to include a note, which is a great idea, like, hey, make sure you're looking for this, we're going to talk about that. Just be really clear that it's just a note. So open-ended question. And somebody asked about that. You could have just an open-ended question. You can end these questions too. If you want to take it up a notch, you can add images, links. It does have some of your math symbols there for you. All of that stuff. I tend to make when I'm doing trainings, my questions tend to be pretty simple, but you can, it's got all kinds of your little, all the math symbols, and if you want to take them somewhere else, like, hey, look at this too, or anything like that. You got lots of options in your question. So I hit save. And see, now it did something different. I added, these questions are together. So now students will have to answer them together before they move on, which I think is a pretty good thing. Like, get them to stop. You maybe think about if you want to stop every 30 seconds and answer a question, or stop it, in the middle and answer 2 or 3. So say I'm watching, I'm here, there's something, I'm like, oh, I need a question here. I can continue to add like that. And that's all I have to do to really embed these questions. Like I said, you can make your questions long or short, get a lot of flexibility. Feedback will display once student present their response. So it'll tell them, if they got it wrong or right. Once I've edited and done all the things I wanted to do, I hit finish. Lions 360. Assign. And that's where I can set my due date. We have a start date. Your start date would be like, I am somebody who I know I forget, and sometimes I'll sit down on a Sunday and schedule a lot of things so it can run. So if you want to start scheduling stuff throughout the year, because even if we don't know what building we might not be teaching in, but we will know we'll be on Google Classroom regardless. You can start scheduling stuff and getting it set up to auto, if like every Friday you're going to have a video and something and have a quiz. And this is where you would set that due date. You could set the time, anything like that. Like I said, I like closed captions just to be safe. And then I'm going to post it on Google Classroom. And I hit assign. And now I can see, like I said, that same information we were talking about. Exporting grades to LMS. I haven't done that. Miss Kuiper was around, I'm sure she could, but I generally have just always transferred my information over, manually to JCampus. And I shouldn't have clicked that button because I don't have JCampus access to show you what you could do, but I don't believe at this time it's really there's a good relationship here to export straight to JCampus. All right, so short answer. Edpuzzle inserted as Nearpod. Hey, Jamie. Yep. Yep. Jamie's like, this next level interactive with your Edpuzzle in your Nearpod. It's pretty great. So Yeah, and I mean, honestly, you know, if we're looking from the outside, those are like the massive things that you're going to need to be able to do. And then from there, you can just explore. And there's so much out there. It's all the videos on the internet, you know, linked here. And I really like some of these TED Talks are really cool. They really have it broken down in different categories. They've done a good job of making them like short, like a lot of these are clips. If you're familiar with Crash Course, super fun. Got all the stuff right here. Now, let's say you want to become an Edpuzzle certified. Like I said, certification slightly different than Google. It is not a 3-hour tour. This. So if I want to get certified, though, I just clicked on my name right here and I hit certifications. They do have really cute student certifications. So, and I think that's just precious. A lot of people don't do that, but they have, and they'll create the badges for your kids. So like digital citizenship, health, like my PE coaches. I know there's PE coaches in here because I talked to you. Like right here, they could get their own little badge in health using Edpuzzle, and they'll do all the work for you. Just really, really precious. So say you want to become Edpuzzle certified, which I really do suggest. Their PD is legit. To get Edpuzzle certified, the thing you have to know the most about is like leaving Edpuzzle and coming back as a student. Like you have to log out and log back in as a student. As you can see, they've got tons of different badges. I took the coach because coach is basically level 1 and level 2 put together. But pick one that works for you. I mean, I think I might even look into like the gamification and the stuff. Like I have a friend who has all of these, and I need to keep up with it. But you see right here, it's got an Edpuzzle in Google Classroom. So definitely look into all these. But if you want to do it, it's really simple. It's just video modules. Basically, they practice what they preach. It's a video module with Edpuzzle questions in it. So select whichever certification you'd like. Right. And so it's going to tell me exactly what to do. And I kind of walk you through this on the slide deck. So you'll go to edpuzzle.com. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. So I'm going to have to log out or open in incognito mode. 2 ways to do it. Just so I don't have to log out, I'm going to open in incognito mode. So I don't have to X everything out. I'm going to log in as a student. Oh, never mind. Don't do that. It's not letting me. All right, so I'm gonna have to log out and then log back in as a student because because now I'm going to be taking this course. Now I'm going to be taking this PD. So right here, I'll hit join a class. And it's going to ask me for that code that I copied and pasted before we headed over here. And I'll just walk through the modules like this. All right, and that's it. And so now I would join this class. All right, and it will have, this will be, so, and after each module, it'll give me the code to join the next. So you can see like when I got to the end of this module, when you get to the last portion, it'll say at the bottom, it's going to say like, I'm already done, but it'll say like the code for the next. See where it says click here to move to the next module. And it'll just take you like that through all the modules. And after you're finished, they'll send you a lovely little badge, and you can put it on your email. All right. Oh, Harrison, great question. No, you do not have to do it in one sitting. It can be short little videos. Oh, Ms. Daniels. Okay, so you mean discuss the use of this with visually impaired students. Okay, yeah. Definitely would want to ensure that students have like a description of the video, the graphic for any of your students who, you know, or for students who need support in that area, definitely. And yeah, Harrison, you can definitely work on it gradually. And they're not long. They're just a few minutes at a time. I did them all in one sitting, but that's just because that's how I am. But I do want to start. I do want to do like some of the other ones. I just haven't gotten around to it. But it's really good information. I think it's really well organized personally. I would tell you if it wasn't. And it was really worth my time to go through, which is really what we're all looking for, right? Something that's worth our time. All right. So I'm just going to run through, make sure I went over, you know, said the things I needed to say when on the slide deck. And then we can play around. Make sure you, keep asking. You guys have great questions today. You know, make sure you keep asking questions. And thank you, Ms. Patan, for giving us such good answers in the chat. So after you sign up, we just walked through all of this, but this will be the code to get into coach class if you just want to skip that process. This has gotten a little easier, but like I said, you'll watch the videos to get more class codes, and then you'll just repeat until it's completed. And you'll get an email with that module to finish the certification program. So I'm going to pause right here for questions. Sign-in link for training class. Ms. McGee, if you could be more specific. I'm not sure. All right. Does anybody have any good ideas already on how they're going to do it? And all their really good examples. Also, I know, like I said, if your school doesn't sign in attendance, yeah. Ms. Patan, do you have that attendance link? She's the best about that. All right. So I'm sure a lot of you already have ideas out there for it. Like I said, I think Edpuzzle is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna log out again and log back in as a teacher to get out of my certification, because a lot of times whenever we do this at the PDC, when we used to back in my old life, we just all sat together in that room and like completed these certification modules. So things are a little different now. But that is, like I said, that now, I mean, we've covered the basics. Feel free to chime in with your questions. We've got plenty of time. But now it's just going to kind of try to see next level stuff, anything, anybody specifically interested in me finding. Yes, Edpuzzle introducing it. Yes, definitely. Miss Hill, look at her using the computer. Awesome, Miss McDonald. Yeah, you know, Miss Laborde, I was just talking about anchor phenomenon. I think that would be perfect. You tried signing up for Edpuzzle. I mean, you could put EBR. I'm not sure what school site you're at. And we can always, like I said, Edpuzzle, I promise you, is a company of 5 people. They're really responsive. They're really, really good about stuff. But I think it's pretty simple. So we're talking about Go Live. That is a new feature. So let's go ahead and figure it out. I'm going to go in and see if I can just edit an assignment. All right, so Go Live. Let's see what this button does. Okay, this is brand new. I mean, I did this training like earlier this summer. It wasn't here. Okay, so now you have an option. If you and your students are in the same class, to answer the questions, like instead of you like printing out a bunch of quizzes or anything like that, now you have the option of pulling up the video and then putting the assignment in Google Classroom. And so it's just one less thing for you to have to grade. Like it'll just do the work for you. So Edpuzzle will track it. Well, that's neat. That's new. I don't know if that's a feature because it's okay for right now. But so yeah, thanks for asking. I haven't tried that yet. I'd have to be in a scenario where I have kids and a projector and stuff. But tell your students to go from Edpuzzle and go to their class called Hogwarts. The assignment will appear on their screens. Oh, okay. So if I hit go live and I'll pull my video up, the students open up their assignment and the questions will come up and they can answer them, and Edpuzzle will record it and put it in my Google Classroom for me. A referral code. Yeah, I have one. Northeast Elementary's not showing up. So look into that. What the deal is. Referral code. I have a referral code, but you don't have to worry about it. It's just a it's only to help people get more storage. Miss Perkins, I've never played with that Socrative. I haven't played with it. Exit ticket, awesome idea. Are you able to share Edpuzzle assignments with other teachers? Absolutely, you can. So one, I can look by a user. I don't know if this works. No, I don't know. I was trying to see if Danielle Patan had Edpuzzle videos done. I know she. Yeah, okay. There's a teacher that emailed me. Let's look into like the best ways where you can share. All right, so I'm looking. Well, right now, everybody's like when you create a lesson, it's in public. I think your problem would be maybe like like knowing the title, because if you have it set as public, like your teacher friends could search for that title and then look for your name, or vice versa, or you could look for their name. It doesn't look like I have a way to like directly collaborate. But I could even put something like very specific in the title. You can see that pencil up there and hit started changing the title. You could put like Gillette or Northeast Elementary, anything like that. Yeah, you can share the video link for sure. All right, Sheila, you already told your storage limit. All right, let me show you how you just don't want to add as much content to your, unless you were, I think we need to get your school to buy it. So if you've added content, so I don't know how many to storage, I think it's like 12 or something. If you've made copies or whatever here, to just get rid of things that you're not going to really, like I'm going to get rid of this one. I just check that box and I'm going to hit delete. And you can even start, now they've got like folders you can organize and all that stuff, but I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to delete this one. And like I said, some of these, I worked with the social studies curriculum. So I only use these to put them in the curriculum. That's why my storage is sacred. All right. We've got about 9 minutes. Yes. Let me get the attendance link. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second.
Hey, Miss Gillette, I got it.
You got it? Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. I was just waiting until the end of the PD.
Okay, we're fine. We can go ahead and if people are ready. Because yeah, I'll stay on the line. I think we've covered the big stuff. I'm gonna stay here. Thank you, Ms. Harrison. I try to be concise. I'm gonna stay on the line and I will keep parental consents for the use of Edpuzzle. I don't see why you would need a parental consent because of most of the things that EVR, all the technology stuff is in the handbook for that technology use. I mean, you obviously still want to like preview the video and make sure it's something appropriate for your age group, but I don't think we would need parental consents in our district. Some places don't have like that handbook follow-up kind of thing. All right, so yeah, and but I really like to like that you can, like I said, all the 360 stuff. It's really nifty to me. That's not what I wanted. There are all kinds of videos out there, and you can just put them all in Ellis Island 360 tour. Discovery Ed has all of these videos, and I just think it's really neat that, you know, it's interactive. You can go inside a space shuttle. And so I can do all this and still add those Edpuzzle questions, which is fun. So like there's, you know, there's, oh. So, really, really neat way to engage the students. I'm glad you learned a lot, Ms. Hill, and I like that you are including volleyball in all of your signs, in all of your emojis. That's hilarious. Oh, we're if you're using Google Classroom, you're okay. I know what you're talking about, but you should be fine. You'll be fine. I will follow up with Ms. Kuiper, but they don't have the students don't have email addresses. So you should be fine. But I will follow up. That is a good question. Ms. Potan, how are you?
Good morning.
She waited. Ms. Potan has two lovely babies at home with her. Yeah, I think I agree about it just being like really helpful with video. Right now, we're just dealing so much with videos and adding that assessment feature. Honestly, this summer I helped with a class and we're just having some issues, and I stepped in the Google Classroom and I created like a few assignments. One was Edpuzzle, and the students kind of didn't take it serious, and you could tell like they all just bombed the quiz. Like they weren't paying attention, read the video, like didn't answer it. And then they immediately gave them, a 12%. And it was really, hey, Miss Stewart. It was really, really interesting to watch because then I don't know, it's like they suddenly started taking videos serious. I got some messages. Hey, can you reset that? And I'm going to try that again. Yes, you can. Because I think, there is right now we have to teach them videos, and our students' experiences have been a lot to tune out when we are given information in a video. So Edpuzzle kind of brings that back, brings that accountability back, that personal accountability too. Not a teacher going, hey, look at this. Like, hey, they're watching the video on their own and they're trying to absorb that information. Do we need to send assistants to this course? Maria, you have to give me, I'm sorry. Oh, attendance. Oh yeah, we put the attendance. I can put it in here again. I think they've mentioned, here you go, put it, that we are switching from Go Sign Me Up to something called Frontline. No, they're not giving the correct answers. Don't think so. I don't remember. I think you have that option. Let's see. All right, I'm going to look that answer up. All right. No, and see, if you put the open-ended, if you put open-ended questions, you'll have to go in and grade them. And so then it wouldn't send any feedback to them immediately. But yeah, whenever they answer a question wrong, because I did have somebody say, like, I know I marked the answer right. I do believe it shows them what they were supposed to be doing. So I don't know. You might want to manage that in your own way. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to stop this recording right now, but